Good day, everybody. It's Tuesday, finally kicking off the week. We're gonna do used gear highlights for the day. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. But I'm gonna go through a couple of the things that we've got here in the used gear section today that I thought might be of interest to you. The first off thing is we have 5 pairs of these women's black diamond boots that are only $99. We actually purchased these when we cleared out the warehouse at Black Diamond a number of years ago. And because these sizes are so small, I think this one's 23 and a half Mondo, there aren't as many people looking for stiff boots in a small size. But I wanted to bring them to your attention. This is the Stiletto. It's a women's 3-buckle boot. Fairly stiff. I think their flex rating on this is a 110. It's kind of like a Scarpa T1. Really great boot and definitely an awesome deal. 99 bones and you got a brand new boot. This next one I wanted to talk to you about is we have several setups that we bring in that are older setups, but a great way to get into telemark. This is a 174 centimeter K2 World Piece with a G3 Target T9 binding. So you'll actually see a lot of these K2 skis sort of infinitely go on because they're good skis and they're easy to use. These actually have an insert that you might be able to see if I can show it here. You can kind of see it here, but underneath here there's a 4-hole pattern and a heel pattern for the heel riser. No mounting necessary, and it'll be compatible with any old 4-hole like a G3 Target, any of the volet bindings and whatnot. Really good ski, easy to use. One thing I wanted to bring up is you're getting into cable bindings, especially G3 Targets. I was going to tell you a little bit about what we look at when we bring in a G3 Target, for instance. Because none of these parts are made anymore, you can only buy the parts used to fix the binding. And one of the number one problems that these have, anybody who has ever had a G3 Target knows this, is the cable gets cut. And so the first thing we like to do is check this little part right here and make sure that it hasn't cut through the plastic and then ultimately cuts the cable inside the plastic. So that's one thing to always check if you're looking for a used Target or even a replacement cable, is make sure that if it's cracked, it's not already cutting through the wire cable inside. The other thing we always like to check is that these cartridges move freely when you spin them, okay? And the reason that's necessary is they need to be well lubricated, otherwise they rust up and get jammed in there, and the only way to solve that is to cut the cable, and the cables aren't available. So something to look at. But awesome used setup. We try to make these fairly inexpensive because they're still a really good ski and binding combo, but it's a good way to get into telemark. This is kind of a fun one. This is a 157 centimeter atomic free dream with a Volet CRB. For those of you who do not know what the CRB stands for, it is Volet's complete releasable binding. So that's your little history lesson for today. This particular one is based on the hardwire model of binding, which I do not believe exists any longer. And then it's a simple 4-hole mounting pattern underneath all this crazy plastic right here. And then this whole binding actually comes off, and this particular one has brakes on it. So that's an awesome releasable binding. The binding itself holds a lot of value because it's sort of a cult classic, like a lot of telemark bindings, because it's one of the only releasable ones. Oftentimes people hit up Volet, which are also in Salt Lake City, and are constantly asking them to bring this back. I do not think it's going to come back, but we do see them quite a bit when they're coming through the used section. So there's some cool stuff to check out in the used gear section of Freeheel Life. You can find all this at freeheellife.com. Go down to boots if you're looking for boots, used boots, and you can find all these on there, as well as bindings and skis and combinations of whatnot. And we would love to help you out. You can always email us at customerservice@freeheellife.com. And we hope you have a great day. Peace.